of 2006, as I was carrying my third child, then I realized that something was wrong in my marriage, and I had found out through several different ways that my husband was being unfaithful to me.
That was a night when I decided, because I had been having an affair for 2 years and doing nothing but lying and cheating on my family, on my wife, on my friends, I decided to go home because I was tired of the lies. I didn't want to do it anymore. When you lie for 2 years straight, it's very hard to figure out, one, what the truth is, and two, what you've told people. So it was very hard to keep my lies straight. So I decided to cut things off with the woman I was having an affair with and go back to my wife and family.
For about 2.5 years, Todd and I had gone through a really hard time, and my children had grown, and we had a lot of friends and family that just wrapped their arms around us. And I, at one point, needed to come to a decision as to whether or not I wanted to continue our marriage. And it was through spending a weekend at this lady's house. She lives somewhere between Mount Nittany and Tussey Mountain, and I remember thinking, you know, Lord, what do you want me to do? I love my husband, I love him dearly, and I know that marriage honors you, and I know that you say that you hate divorce, and I know that you love Todd and you love me, but I didn't know what to do. And so on my walk that evening, I made the decision to forgive something that we consider unforgivable.
Everything was brought out into the open. It was through God's grace that people were put into my life who had been through similar events that took me under their wing. People who were strong with the Lord and knew what to do in this kind of circumstance. I separated from Jenny for a month, a little over a month, and stayed in a Christian couple's house. And it was during that time that I really realized that because of my lies, because of my actions, because of my deeds, that I really could have lost my family.
I just chose to forgive, and I had no idea what that entailed. I had no idea the hard work behind what it meant to forgive infidelity. I had no idea the lessons I need to learn, what it means to be a godly wife and a mother.
But it was during that time that I saw what I could lose, and I also saw what I could gain through a strong relationship with God. And that relationship is still growing. My relationship with my wife is still growing. My relationship with those 3 kids that were there through this whole thing, and a new one, 17-month-old Anthony, is growing every day. God's grace has changed me into a man that I never thought I would be a couple years ago, and he continues to change me every day. I get surprises all the time, and I love it.
Here we are, almost 5 years later, and I have friends, I have community, I'm part of a church plant, I'm in ministry in our own community. We now have 4 children. We're so blessed, and Todd and I love each other more now than we ever did before.
Things started happening. I've been on 2 mission trips to Berlin, Germany, where I've helped teach ESL classes to German high school students. Helped plant a church, which years ago, if you would have told me I'm going to help plant a church, there's no way I would have believed you. But I loved every minute of it, just seeing how a church just gets built from the bottom up, a church that cares for its people, a church that wants to help people in the community, that knows community is number one. And being able to be a part of that has just been incredible. I have gone back to school and graduated with a 4-year degree in elementary education, and I'm on a road to being a teacher very soon. And that's something I've always wanted to do my entire life. Never thought it would happen.
I saw what divorce can do in families, and it's so devastating to children. I also felt that forgiving Todd was an act of obedience on my part, and I had no idea what it would require of my heart to forgive him. But I had great people in my life, friends and family and community, that said that it is forgivable. There's nothing that we can do that is unforgivable. And if Christ expects us to forgive each other, then he must give us the capability to do that.
It's happened, and I am happier today than I was yesterday. I'm happier today than I think I've ever been. Every day is new, and there's just so much hope that comes with rebuilding marriages, rebuilding relationships, rebuilding families that I never would have thought possible. And I'm at a point today where it is possible. If you find yourself in this situation, there is hope. There's a way out. There's people to talk to. There's relationships to restore. So that's it. I am Todd Summers.
I am Jenny Summers.
And I am Center Church.
And I am Center Church.